A rescue team scans the ocean near the site of a recent plane crash landing. The space module with pilot has been found. Astronaut Sam Walker is inside. A survivor of a fall into the ocean has been taken to safety for treatment. When she wakes up, she immediately notices that she is in a hospital owned by NASA. A floating pin looms in the air. Sam reaches out, but suddenly a passage opens. The medical team entered the room. The writing object immediately lay on the table, and the examination began. After the spaceflight, she is predictably reassured by the news of the flying pin. But damage to the capsule and helmet will likely affect her condition. Sam subsequently comes to see her. Sam is accompanied by her family, daughter Izia, husband Mark, and father, William Harris, a Pentagon employee. She will undergo rehabilitation in a secluded house, where she will face a series of checks after the flight, with a warning. The body needs to adapt to gravity, avoid unnecessary stress. Sam examines the home. It is located in a beautiful corner and, among other things, is equipped with everything, including a telescope. Just his glance gives her an excruciating headache. Bizarre images of the raid appear before her eyes, and she is called to move on. The room is necessary to rest and allow the body to adapt to earthly life. Sam is disappointed. She is scheduled to fly to the ISS in a couple of months, and health problems are unacceptable. If her condition does not improve, she will not be allowed to fly. The doctor gives hope, saying that there is still time. But soon Sam has a fever and a dark bruise on her arm. But, eager to quickly get comfortable, she finds a photo album and begins looking at it. The family is watching a movie when suddenly the heroine's nose bleeds. Sam calls his colleague. Suddenly, during the conversation, Val notices movement outside the window and realizes what he saw. She sees visions all the time, and she perceives space as her home. She wants to go home, but she doesn't feel well. A colleague says that everything will work out, but asks to remain silent about the illness. In the evening, Sam again feels strange around him. She is troubled by her own hardships and anxieties. Flashes, strange noises, and the woman feels confused, lost in sensations. She is being pursued. Walking around the house, she sees traces of dirt. Sam gets dressed, aware of the danger. She leaves the house, then into the forest, where at the edge of the forest she is again overtaken by visual illusions, similar to a hunt. The raid scares Sam and causes ears to ring, but the alarm brings him back to reality. She got out of bed and saw that the bruise on her arm had increased, but she pulls herself together and goes to cook. In the kitchen, while trying to make scrambled eggs, the egg suddenly flies up in the air as if weightless. Sam pushes, but it doesn't fall, it hangs. The egg falls only when the doctors appear in the kitchen, and Sam hastily cleans up after himself. Chaos. Studies are underway. A woman runs, collecting colorful tests. She is strong and resilient. Doctors confirm her excellent physical shape. Sam is confident that she is ready to start. After the doctor leaves, she calls her husband with a proposal. He invited him to the beach, but he refused, saying that he and his daughter were about to leave. Relatives cannot come to terms with the news of her probable death on the ship. They are proud of her, but exhausted by the anticipation. Despite the desire to go into space, the conversation is interrupted by the sudden arrival of Easy. The picture shows a family. She assured that they would meet soon. Sam went for a walk in the forest, but she was again haunted by ghostly images of people with lights. She is chased, but the symptoms disappear, and then she sees something under her feet. Walking along the cable, the woman discovered a hidden wiretap and conducted an inspection. While on the property, she notices video surveillance along the border. She runs into the forest, and he stumbled, fell, and woke up in a room but touched something else. The blood is on Sam's hands. He can feel it all the way to his head. The security guard said she was found on the street. She woke up and told her father about what had happened. Harris confessed to his crime. He boasts of protecting his home with cameras, but this is just an ostentatious display of prosperity. For her safety, he takes her to the milking silo, which he calls a refuge. Entrance doors. Sam recognizes Easy's date of birth in the code, which is kept safe. The father takes his daughter to the center. In a room with video monitors, the house automatically locks down when an emergency occurs. The girl is safe behind 3 layers of Kevlar protection, and no one is watching her. She is out of sight. Sam, touched by her father's honesty, decided to return. Harris left after saying goodbye to her. It was impossible to lie in silence. In the bathroom, the girl saw that the bruise was reappearing. Can't do it anymore. Sam takes a photo and sends Val off, taking her medication as advised. Apply ice and rest well. She relaxes in the jacuzzi to calm her nerves. Suddenly, Sam heard strange noises near the bathroom and immediately jumped out of it. There is no connection with her. She wanders in the gloomy home, not knowing what is wrong, and therefore decides to act. She entered the shelter when suddenly the siren wailed and the artificial intelligence spoke, warning of danger. The restriction has been lifted, but Sam is desperate. She hears strange sounds, as if from someone else. Hearing sound, she rushes there, wanting to find out who is disturbing her peace before she starts reading. The girl unlocks the switches, continues on her way, and reaches the dungeon. In a greenhouse, a woman, quietly caring for the plants, illuminates them with a spotlight. Her gaze fell on one thing, and immediately something incomprehensible flashed in front of her, causing fear. She continued on her way, reaching the display room and activating the monitors. One of them caught her attention. She sees a vague silhouette, not distinguishing details, then suddenly awakens from her sleep. Looking up from the remote control, she heard the alarm ringing, barely having time to react. She left the shelter to greet her father and entourage, explaining the problems with the generators. Something is wrong, and Harris orders a check of the system. Sam tells his father that someone was in the house at night. There was no connection, and the call was impossible. The man consoled her in this situation. Sam complies with all medical instructions, and then shows the doctors his results. Osiniak. The doctor is worried because it doesn't look like a normal hematoma. Later, her husband and daughter come to visit the woman. While the grandfather is babysitting his granddaughter, Sam tells Mark about the canopies spreading everywhere. She feels strange things in her body and sees hallucinations. She imagines that someone is walking around the house, although this is not true. Some creatures are moving. Sam remembers sending signals while on the ISS. The boundless space frightens the heroine. It seems that something from there is pursuing her on Earth. Mark, he is unaware, but strives for his wife. At this moment, Easy appears. The father invites Sam to watch the surveillance footage together, but the woman interrupts the viewing. The recording with the dark silhouette is spoiled, but the father is inclined to believe his daughter's story. However, he asks his daughter to spend the night, and she agrees, as long as Harris. After leaving the premises, she receives a system notification about 9 people in the house, but ignores it. For the sake of the people, then they, together with Mark and Easy, walk in the forest, where the girl makes her mother laugh with a question. The family has fun with riddles. Easy runs away and then suddenly disappears, and Mark and Sam begin. The search for the missing girl is unsuccessful. Her disappearance is mysterious, and the parents' anxiety reaches a critical level. Suddenly appearing out of nowhere, she shows off a large beetle. Immediately a sound is heard from the depths of the forest. The hissing frightens Sam and tells him to run home. They rush to cover, and suddenly from behind. First, large beetles rush by, then a swarm of these insects sticks around the forest around. As if trying to enter, the windows of the house are besieged. Sam, Mark, and Izzy take shelter until the insect infestation subsides. They did not disappear without a trace. The residents saw them dead, prostrate on the ground outside the window. Then researchers arrive, explaining the anomalies as weather, making observations of the unexplained. Sam wants to know the results of the analysis of particles from the capsule, but they have not been done yet. She invites her husband to take her daughter home. Her husband invites her with him, but Sam refuses to go. Mark then promised to visit her in the evening. After the family left, the woman realized what was happening to her body. Everything is getting darker. The nail has fallen off. A woman bandages her finger. She opens her laptop to search for information about the strange behavior of beetles, studying articles about it. Sam gets worse due to geomagnetic storms, UFOs, and stories of abductions. She looks around. He noticed blackness on his back, like last time, and immediately everything happened again. In the dark, a woman seeks refuge in a bunker, answering her husband's call and praying for his urgent arrival. She's sure there is something in the house. Rushing towards the monitors, she trips and falls while walking down the stairs. She realizes that her skin is peeling and also notices that the phone broke when she fell. After being wounded, Sam gets to the room, and the system reports the discovery of 2 uninvited guests. Through the noise, a person discerns the outlines of aliens, and the cameras instantly turn on. The lamps go out, one after another. Sam activates his defenses and hides, waiting to see what happens next. Noticing an alien looking for something, the girl hides from his gaze. The alien is chasing her. Sam's hand hurts unbearably. She rushes into the bathroom and unwinds the bandage. In a panic, she notices how the skin is peeling off and the arm is changing, and suddenly hears the voice of an alien. He leaves the building through the ventilation, while Mark arrives by car at the location. The father told his daughter not to move and ran to save his wife, who was fleeing from her pursuer. But Izzy got out of the car and drew his father's attention to the fire flickering in the thicket, realizing this. Samantha hurries in the same direction, followed by her family. They don't know that Harris is already driving up to their house. His team, he warns of the enormous danger of enemies and orders them to remain careful. While the soldiers, armed with flashlights, search the house, Sam flees through the forest. Because of the holes in her clothes, her body emits light. Exhausted, she falls. The alien appeared and spoke to the women in a foreign language. And then it dawned on her. He was saying how they missed her because she is a member of the clan. The alien, touching her forehead, asks her to remember, and Sam reacts instantly. He remembers the scene. People surrounded the aliens. One alien speaks. She escaped, but Harris discovered her. Luckily, she took on human form before he arrived. Girls, he sheltered her, but the aliens did not stop searching. Suddenly, she appears from the shadows. Harris, dreaming of capturing aliens, forces her back into the home by force of arms. He says she is not a person. Sam is shocked and finds it difficult to choose between her family and the world around her. What used to be her home became a death trap when Harris took aim and Mark. The general is attacked. The fight escalates until Sam finally becomes an alien. Izzy and Mark tell the monster to run away, but Sam is hesitant to follow their advice. Her relatives call her to the ship. At this point, Izzy offers her hand, assuring that they will be there soon. After Sam leaves, a spaceship appears above the forest, noticed by people. The aliens are taken from here,